Okay, thank you. Welcome to this session. This is class 2 of SQL or SQL. And today we are going to focus on filtering, using SQL to filter data as a data analyst. What you can see on my screen, this is the same data set or the same employees table that you created yesterday. You're supposed just to continue, okay? You're supposed to continue with what you created. So today we want to learn about filtering. So we are going to start with when it comes to filtering, I want to teach you how to use different functions. I'm going to teach you how to use the where clause, which is the most important when it comes to filtering in SQL. So I'm going to teach you how to use where. I'm also going to teach you how to use and, or, not, okay, and, or, and not. I'm going to teach you how to use that. I'm going to teach you how to use like. I'm also going to teach you how to use between and also to teach you how to use in. Okay, these are the things that I want to teach you in this video, so please watch the video to the end. Let's start. So we already have our employees data. It contains the employee ID, first name, last name, department, and the salary. So what next? What are we going to do? Let's start. Let's extract the list of all employees who only work in HR. You've been given a database like containing employees information, and they only want you to get the list of employees who are in the HR department. How are you going to do that? Of course, you're going to say select, okay? And then you're going to say select all from where? From the table name. The table name is employees. Where department. Remember, department should be the same name as this one where you created, okay? Where department is equals to HR. HR should be in quotes. Remember, it's a name. So let's put it in quote, then close your code, and then let's commit and run the changes. So no database selected. I'm going to start to run my code from here. Okay. Let's say this database already exists. So, okay, let me come here and say, so you can see again. Okay, let me say use super. You can see that is the issue. Use super. After using super, I can say select all from employees. I see if it's still there. So it is there. You can see these are the employees, but we are only interested with those who are in the HR department, okay? So how are we going to do that? We are going to use this one. Select staff from employees where department is equals to HR. So this one, when you run, it's going to bring a table of HR only, okay? So this is where you use the where. The next thing I want to show you is how to use where with and. That is the next thing I want to show you. How are you going to do that? And say select star from, let's say, of course, it's from employees because that is the table we are currently using. From employees, then you can go to the next line just to make your work clean. Where department, this is when you want to extract more information. You want to put more criteria. Department now this time is equals to HR and, okay, and salary. So salary should be, let's say, should be greater than 50,000. So only those employees who work in the HR department with a salary of greater than 50,000 are the ones going to be selected. Let's run our code and see. You can see we have only one record. So initially, when you come here in the HR department, you have Alice getting 50,000. And we also have Carol Adiele getting 52,000. So we only need those with above 50,000, and you can see it's returning Carol only. So 50,000 is not greater than 50,000. That is why Alice has not been returned as the answer. What about OR? How does OR work? Let's see. You're going to say select star from employees. Then you come and say where department now. Department is equals to, let's use the same HR, or department again is equals to department is equals to IT. I want us to see what it is going to be the output. Close your code. So do you have IT department with us? Let's come and confirm. You can see you have IT department. So let's see. When you run your code, what are you going to get? You can see it's returning everyone in HR and IT. So OR will return both. Okay, it's going to combine both criteria, HR and IT. That's how all operates. Then I want to show you how to use where and not. Let's see how not is going to act. So select star from employees where not department is equals to HR. Close your code. Run this script. You're going to see what has happened. You can see that every department has been returned except what? HR. Because you can see how many departments do you have? You have HR, finance, IT, and data. Okay, so finance, IT, and data have been returned, but we don't have HR now. Because why? Because we say we are not department is equals to HR, so we are excluding HR using the not. I want to show you how where works with between. So it's going to be select star from employees where not I've already done not. So let's say we are salary between 50,000 1 2 3 and 70,000. So we want to see what's going to be the result. Let's run. So you can see we have 50,000, 70, 65, 52. Is there someone left outside? Let's go back to our data here. We had someone with 6,000 here. This is John Ifemi. You can see John has not been returned because we are telling our line of code that it should only return employees whose salary range between 50,000 and what? And 70,000. Okay? The last thing maybe I want to show you. Okay, the second last thing I want to show you is how to use in. So in is going to be the same thing. You're going to say select star from employee. So I can just copy this, paste it, and come and say where do we have first name? So we have first name. Where first name in, okay, in, open the bracket, you say IT data. I want us to see what comes. What is going to come here. So let's run our code. Null. It's returning a null. Why? Why is it returning a null? Why is it returning a null? So you can see that the first name, or okay, let me change this to something like department so that I can explain to you guys easily. Come here, run it. So you can see Grace Ojo and Brian Oluwatobi. So let's go back to our data. I want to see. So you can see Grace Ojo IT, Brian Oluwatobi data. So IT and data have been returned. So what's happening? It's returning employees or every employees in IT and data. So this is just like writing select staff from employees where department is equals to IT and data. So in, okay, you can see how what is bringing. So I want to show you how to use the like. This one is used to match, just to match pattern, something called the pattern match. So I'm just going to paste, then I come Control Z, enter. Then I say where. Now let me use first name. I think this is the best place to use it. Like, then I say a percentage. What's going to happen here? What's going to happen? Let me close the bracket and is there an error with my code? Like, okay, I've closed the bracket, I've not opened. So the bracket should have been open somewhere. No need to open and close. Let me just remove this as well. Sorry. So is there an error still? There should be no error. There should be no error. Let me run it and see. Bringing error. You have an error in your syntax. So like okay, you can see how to close this. So let me run now. Okay, it's going to return select staff from employees where like a. So what's happening? Let's go back to the names of our employees. You can see first name where first name A. So you can see it's returning the first name that are only beginning with letter A. So when you say a percentage, it's going to return letters that are starting with the names that are starting with that letter. Okay, so it's B percentage will return everything with B. What if you say something like, let's say where last underscore, let's now test the last name, like, and you say, now this time you say E, but before you say E, let's say percent E, percent, put this, and you put your this. Let's see what's going to come. It's going to bring what? Okay, you can see now the second name. It's going to bring every second name that contain anything that contains letter E in the last name is going to be returned. So this one only tests the beginning of the beginning, but this one tests anything that contains. So if anything that's going to contain E in this matter, okay, going to contain E will be returned by the code. Okay, that is what happens here. So that's just an explanation. That is how to filter data in SQL. With time, you're going to be interacting with heavy data sets, and we are going to use all these things that we've learned today to see how we can filter our data with our large data. That's all about today. Thank you for